What's up, everybody? Checking in with this video. Look, check this out. I was listening to this sermon today from a guy named Paul Washer, and he was basically saying how a man is the head of his household, and the family falls into submission to the man, and everybody loves to hear that. But he went on another level. And I remember, and he just broke it down how if you're a man, you're supposed to lead your family through thick and through thin. And I was listening to this podcast, and this guy was saying, he said, man, the man affects everything with his family. He said, think about it like this. If the man is overweight, the woman will be overweight. And if the man and woman is overweight, the kids will be overweight. And that hit home because I understand I'm overweight. And I understand. Look, I love Polar Pops. It got to the point I stopped getting Polar Pops and I started going to Sonic's and getting those slushies, the Route 44 grape slushies. Sometimes I get nerds in it, sometimes I won't. Mouth watering up right now thinking about it. And I know I understand. I really shouldn't be consuming that many sugary drinks. And you have to understand. Look, I'm trying to grow my facial hair out because I'm trying to hide how fat my face is. So I'm trying to grow my facial hair out. And I said to myself, well, if I don't change, nobody in my house will change. My second oldest child, you have to understand, my family gained weight real easy on my mother's side. A lot of people on my mother's side of the family are big people. They're big, right? And some of them watch my YouTube channel. And again, if that's my mother, then I have genes from my mother to where I'm putting on weight as well, right? Now, my wife has also put on weight. Now, we can say, well, man, that's because she done pushed out 5 kids. In a sense, yes, but in a sense, it comes from poor dieting. And my second oldest child, she has weight on her. And if she keep going, and if I allow her to keep going the way she's going, she'll be big in middle school. And I've seen people that's kind of elementary, they got a little stomach. Middle school, they chubby. High school, they overweight. And everybody knows when you get out of high school, your metabolism goes down. My generation, as soon as you get out of high school, everybody put on weight. That's my generation. The older generation, not so, because, the food changes. The foods we consume is junk. And I always jump on this roller coaster. Let me clean my diet up. Then I go back. Let me clean my diet up. Then I go back. Let me clean my diet up. Then I go back. And I understand that's something I struggle with. But I always give myself leeway. Well, man, we sweat every day. We work out in the heat every day and we sweat. And then I was listening to another podcast. And the guy said, why are most Christians overweight if they claim they believe the Bible and gluttony is a sin? And people will always rebuttal, well, same reason that the non-believers are overweight. We love to eat. So there is no motivation that will motivate you to lose weight. There is no motivation for you to get in the gym. There is no motivation for you to start eating right. It comes from within. It comes from within your mind. Once you change your mind, then you would change the way you do things. Now listen to this other podcast. It was this guy. He drank, right? He didn't get sloppy drunk, but he drank, get him a little buzz. And he was in the military. He's been to a war. I didn't hear the story from his mouth. I heard a guy telling his story. This was from years ago. not like over 50, 60 years ago. The guy been to the military. He's been in war. He's led troops. He come home from the military. He built his great business. He said the hardest thing he had to do was work on himself. He said he cleaned his life up. He got sober. And then he was able to change his family's life. For instance, it's a guy I watch on social media. He have a huge business. He do lawn care, and he have over 100 employees. And this dude like 350, 400 pounds. His wife like 130 pounds. He's real big. And I said to myself, I don't want to get to a point where I'm finally get to live the life I want to live, buy the things I want, travel, and live well, and I can't enjoy it because I'm so overweight. You don't want to get to that point in life. So then you have to ask yourself, I was scrolling through social media, and I was on one of the rap artists I listen to, Christian hip hop artist. His name is Thizzle, T-H-I-S-L, This House I Shall Live. And he used to be real big. And he lost about over 100 pounds. And he said the epiphany for him when he changed, he was like, man, is donuts and cookies really worth dying over? Because that's what you're doing when you keep consuming junk and junk and junk. And what it is, it's a dopamine hit, because the only thing you're doing is consuming, because you're chasing happiness, because you don't have happiness within, because you created a life that you're not happy with. In so many words. I mean, to each his own, but yeah. So, like I say, it's just one of those things where the hardest person to work on is yourself. Like I made that video about two individuals I know is starting to smoke weed. There's going to be a hard habit for them to kick, because it's something in their life. And I understand what one of the things that individual isn't happy with. Their life isn't going the way they want, and they're trying to escape reality. And that's what it is. And like, why do some guys, I work with a bunch of guys, every day after work, every day after work, they stop at the store, get some beer, and drink beer on the way home. Why is that? What are you running from? What are you trying to get a buzz from? Well, man, why you eat so much? Why you eat? What's your point? I love the way it tastes. I love the way those slushies taste. I love the way ice cream tastes. I love the way cookies taste. I love the dopamine hit from it. But I understand that that is an issue and it needs to stop. A lot of guys can't see the issue within themselves that they have with the things that they like to consume. If a man loved to have sex all the time and he chased woman after woman after woman after woman, what's the consequences of that? Catching disease, making babies. If a man drink every day, what's the consequences of that? Messed up liver. A man smoke every day, what's the consequence of that? Messed up lungs. If I keep consuming Sonic slushies, Polar Pop slushies, ice cream, cookies, po' boys, pizza, what's the result of that? Weight gain, overweight, diabetes, high blood pressure. Is it worth that? That's what you have to ask yourself. Is it really worth all that? And then you decide, I don't mind dying at 50 to live how I want to live, and die at 50. So then if you make up in your mind, I'm fine with dying with 50 and I'm 36, well, the next 14 years, all you got left is 14 years. Well, man, you can die tomorrow. You can. But you don't want to speed up your process. You want to do everything you can with your process. Now, you might stumble and fall and fail, but at least you need to get up and try.